Hello, it's Cat, and welcome back to episode 2 of the Lobster Pot tutorial series. So in this one, what we're going to do here is we're going to add a little bit of automation to the system. So the last episode made a really simple lobster pot. It had no logic on it whatsoever, and it has no batteries or electricity. So let's go ahead and we'll make this one behind me. It's a little bit more advanced. All right, here we are with the pot from the last episode. I had to add a new part to the pot, so that has already been updated in the workshop, so this is the correction for that. You cannot flow electricity directly to the winch through the cable. You then have to connect it to something else. I think that should be fixed at some point. I'll make a bug report. But if you notice here, I've added a transponder. Really super simple. All I did was add the transponder here, and I connected it with a electrical node. All that's doing is it's making it so that the electricity can flow. Unfortunately, the electricity can flow through to here, but then when it goes down the cable, it doesn't actually feed the winch. It then needs to go to somewhere to complete the connection. So I'll put in a bug report, see if they'll fix that. But this will fix that electrical problem. So let's go ahead and we're going to set this up to be a more automated system. And so what this will do is when we put the buoy in the water, it will automatically let the pot go down to the bottom. When we pull the buoy out of the water, it's going to reel the pot in. This is going to make it so we don't have to change the cables like we did with the last video. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the whole buoy and move it forward one. We need a little bit of space to put a microcontroller in here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut this bottom cable here, and we're going to push it out a little bit and paste it. Next thing we do is I have a microcontroller called blank, so just grab yourself a empty microcontroller, and we're going to go ahead in here, and this is going to be a water detector. So, water detector. All right, done. So this is going to be 2 blocks wide. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add a number input. This is going to be the liquid meter. So we can use liquid meters as water detectors. If it's in the air, it will show a negative number. If it's in the water, it will show a positive number. So that's all we need to essentially make it into a switch. Next thing we do is convert it to composite. So that's going to be composite output. This is going to be 2 connectors. All right, good. That's going to be to the connectors. And then we're going to go to logic. Real simple. All we're going to do is we're going to write a number. It's going to be number 1, and that's going to go. So all that's doing is converting the number from the liquid meter into channel 1 and sending it through the connectors. Real simple there. All right, next we'll cut this microcontroller here, and we'll just stick it inside of the buoy like so. All right, next thing we'll do here is I'm just going to cut the hole in the side here. Let's merge all this together. We'll merge this to the microcontroller and then to the base. And then what I want to do is I want to grab myself a liquid meter. Real simple. And we'll hook it up. So next thing we need to do here is we want to take the liquid level. We do not want to take the fluid capacity. So make sure you do that correctly. Then go to composite. We can set it to both of them so that it also, we can make this work either direction. If we accidentally disconnect the buoy, we can connect it either way. It doesn't matter. I also did that on the other build. If you notice, these are all connected. That way you can work with either side of the buoy. All right, we are going to need a microcontroller on the winch. So let's go ahead and grab a blank microcontroller again. I'm just going to stick it up on top of the buoy. We'll move it in a second. All right, so what this is going to do is this is going to do all the calculations that if the number is greater than 0, it's going to let the cable out. And if the number is less than 0, it's going to pull the cable back in. Real simple. So we'll go ahead in here. This is going to be the water sensor winch control. All right, real simple there. All right, and this is going to be 3 blocks wide, so we need to read a composite. This is going to be an input. That's going to be from connectors. All right, and then we're going to go an output here, do winch out and winch in. All right, and these are both outputs. Real simple there. So all we're going to do here is put these together. From the connector, we're going to read a number, channel 1. That's going to tell us the fluid meters setup. We're going to do a greater than. All right, so if the number is greater than 0, we want to winch out. All right, so that's when it's in the water, it's going to send the winch out. Next, we're going to go and we're going to grab a not block. So if the number is not greater than 0, i.e. it's negative, that's going to cause to winch in. So when we put the buoy in the water, it's going to let the pot go all the way to the bottom of the water. When we pull the buoy out of the water with our ship, it's going to then automatically retract it. So real simple there. All right, and then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to move this, and we're going to put it on the pot itself, like so. All right, let's go ahead and we'll merge this to the pot. and we'll hook it up. So we have winch out is going to be down, winch in is going to be up, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the composite and hook it right there. So that is it. That's done. Let's go ahead and we'll just check this, make sure that's connected. It is. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll save this as Lobster Pot Episode 2. All right, so we're going to go ahead, selection grid, load content, Lobster Pot Episode 2. Go ahead, put it on the deck of the ship, paste clear, and spawn. All right, so this is only going to receive electricity when it's connected to the crane. This is going to cut it down so we don't need batteries, we don't need the extra weight. This is going to especially help with a career game where you might be starting out with a small boat and only a couple pots. So go ahead, grab our cable, hook our cable up, and hook it to the winch on there. Now it is powered, so let's go ahead and check it. Electricity should be flowing through, as you can see. Electricity will flow to the other cable anchor, as you can see. It will now go through the winch. Without this transponder, it will not. That's why I had to add that. I had infinite electricity on before. So as you can see, we're getting power through the crane. Now, because we're getting power through the crane, once I disconnect it, we're no longer have any power to run the buoy. So that's one way we can stop it from going down. All right, so we're going to go put it over the side, and if we watch here, when I put it in, it's going to go under the water. That liquid meter is going to read a positive number. And I'm going to stop the upper crane. As you can see, it is now paying out cable on the bottom. All right. So that's going to let that reel out. And as soon as the buoy gets back to the surface, we know there's enough cable. I can go ahead and I can disconnect it. All right, and now it's going to stop because there's no electricity. You heard the winch stop. Okay, so we're going to let our pots soak. We're going to go maybe put out some more pots. And then when we're ready, we'll come back and we'll retrieve our pots. So here we are pretending we're retrieving our pots. So we go ahead and grab our cable. Now, last time we had to swap out cables and everything else. This is much simpler. We go ahead and we attach the winch. We hook it up. It's going to keep letting out cable on the bottom because it's in the water. As soon as we pick this up out of the water, it's going to start pulling it in. And so as you can see, it's automatically reeling in that bottom winch for us because we have it set up so that the, when the buoy is out of the water, it's going to pull it in. So this method is better than the last method. It's a little bit more complicated. Again, you can choose which one you like better, but this is just going to be a little bit simpler. We still have the functionality. I did not remove the functionality to use the space bar on the crane to dump the pot. So if we wanted to, I could go ahead and just press and hold space bar, and if there were crab in there, they would drop into the hopper. And then real simple, this is why I think this system is better than the last one as far as ease and usability is we're ready to dump the pot again. And all we have to do is put it like that, and it will automatically go down. So I hope you guys found this helpful, and I will see you in the next one.